Kani 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 goose 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 kani 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 goose 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 kani 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 kani.
I just want to say I love what we're doing for Cunnyween, which
It was a great idea.
About.
It was a great pitch, and I feel like we really found an interesting angle on it with kind of mixing it up. Like it's some suggestions, it's some things neither of us have seen. We got a little scoring system that we're doing, and you know, there is a even the component of like the live watches.
Yep.
With that, there is also this kind of tacit acknowledgement of, okay, yeah, you know what, 12 movies, month of October, not everyone even has to be a winner. Horror is kind of defined by its highs as much as it is its lows. So let's roll the dice on a couple of things.
Let's roll the dice. I just love the fact that we're recording all these and we're releasing one a day. But I will say this, when I was listening to the episodes today and I put everything out for the first 2 episodes, I was really excited about this. And I said, you know, I'm going to go back and listen to these.
Right.
I just want to make sure everything sounds like I did everything correctly. It sounds smooth. Anything that I kind of fixed up there just doesn't come off wonky at all. And ended up listening to episode 12A and 12B.
Right.
And
12A for listeners who have not checked the earlier Cunnyween shorts that we're putting out. Yet 12A is just kind of our general conversation, State of Horror 2025, and 12B is what's maybe out of the bunch we did recently the only kind of real stinker, Bone Lake, which I'm fair to say neither of us cared for. Neither of us cared for.
No. I didn't tell you by the way. After I saw the film, I did ask Caleb. I said, "Hey, what's your ranking?" I said, "Say between like 0 and 50. What would you rank this film?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Like, why are we doing this?" I said, "Just you know, humor me.
Right.
If you could."
Is this for the pod, Dad?
Yeah.
Sounds like pod talk.
This is just you and me talking, son. This is bonding, okay?
Right.
Don't worry about all that
like
other
being
stuff.
Pod people.
It's outside noise. I'm like 0, 50. Go with your gut. Now he's like 9. I was like, I would give it a little more because I guess it was some kind of story there. And then also like the shot and the nuts. I mean,
right.
I don't know. I probably should have given it a 9. I gave it a 17. I was way too generous.
Right. I started with a 15 and then penalized at 10 points for deceptive marketing. So
you did.
I stand at my 5. I stand with your son's 9 as well for that disorienting piece of it.
I had a weird realization today when I listened to the episode. And then I expressed this to you right after I had finished listening to it front to back. And I have to say this, I was shocked. I was shocked how good a record it was. That was probably one of our tightest episodes.
Yep.
No filler. We just went straight to it. Tore the shit out of that movie.
Right.
You should be proud.
Hat.
No hat.
No hat. All cowboy.
No sombrero, no service. There was something else I realized. And the other thing I realized was, you know, when people tell you something is so awful, do not watch this. I'm saving you the troubles, so you don't have to go and see it. I did that thing that people do, where when you say don't do it, you automatically want to do it. And for all the reasons we hate this film,
the most atomic, smallest version of that is being like, "Oh God, don't smell that." Right.
I smell my fingers so you don't have to. They don't smell great. But for some reason, all the reasons we said we hated this movie, I felt
Who
like
has 2 thumbs and is a stinky boy? This guy.
this stinker. I felt like The Room. This is The Room.
This is not The Room.
It's such. I mean, it's It maybe
we already
it's not,
have
but maybe
The Room.
it could be. Maybe it could be. Maybe what we created. Maybe we just like infected the internet, and so people are going to accidentally discover this review.
Right.
Fuck fish jelly. They're going to find this one.
Are you saying this is our Sutter Kane novel? Are you saying like this podcast episode we put this out on the internet and it's just the demon that takes down human civilization?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think we set something in motion.
Right.
And this is what I'm picturing. In 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be college students dropping acid and going to Coolidge Corner Theater for a midnight showing on a Saturday of Bone R Lake.
Bone R Lake. Yeah.
And what they'll be doing is while they're watching the film, they'll be sneaking in sex toys with them, by the way. So every time Diego brings up
it's like a real version of spoons.
Yeah. Spoons. Who needs spoons? We got glass dildos.
Every time Diego is a Sigma male, they just huck a dildo at the screen.
I was like, every time Diego brings up how uncomfortable he is about sex toys, just throw them at the screen.
Yes, I like to masturbate. I don't like to masturbate. Instead of have sex with you. Whatever the fuck. And just anal beads.
You got to make sure, though, that, maybe not glass because that will break. And you're going to be throwing them at the screen a lot. You're probably not going to be bringing, like, your...
Plus, those things are expensive.
Bag of toys. So
plus, those things are expensive. I mean, there's just the thing to sort of bring in is kind of like phallic vegetables,
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
right. It's just eggplants, Japanese cucumbers, daikon.
That daikon. Oh Jesus. Ugh. That's like a model
daikon
rocket.
You stay for the end. When in the closing shot, when Sage is wearing what's supposed to be blood makeup, but looks very, very much like blackface. we cannot have a redemption arc for Bone Lake out of all these all fucking movies that we
also covered. Please don't segue from that mention of blackface into the movie we're going to be covering tonight. Please don't. I don't think it's appropriate.
All right.
I'm
just going to put in like, well, so we'll do like the interstitial bit. By the way, I copied again because I've been a little bit busy verbatim the film synopsis from Wikipedia for like this movie that we're live watching tonight, and I caught like very last minute. So the script I'm going to read is The Blackening, a 2022 American horror comedy directed by Tim Story. The original Wikipedia text, this almost slipped through, was The Blackening is a 2022 American black horror comedy directed by Tim Story. This is why Elon is saying just kind of burn the whole thing to the ground.
Yeah, I know. Just give it to them. Just give them what they want. Look, we're all Nazis at heart.
Let's do like our sort of like little interstitial bit before we get to the before we pause the recording and get to our live watch. But what we've added to the podcast recently is a new segment called "Good for a Gander," where the two of us just kind of sort of very briefly shut out not sort of full-fledged, fully fleshed out reviews, but just little kind of things that we sort of been enjoying. We don't have kind of complete thoughts on, but we wanted to let each other and our listeners actually know about. So Good for Gander Halloween edition. Buddy, you want to go first here? Actually, before that, let me introduce the show.
Do it.
Welcome to episode 13. Lucky number 13. Perfect timing with that. Honey of the Goose, our spin-off show about gaming, horror, anime, and other nerdier fare. My name is John, and I'm joined by my fellow silly goose, Eric, aka EB Games. All of our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube site, where our sweet little goose is still statistically the most disliked piece of long-form content on the channel. Parentheses, show your face, coward. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can't tell because this is an audio medium. That still gets a little smile. That still gets a little chuckle from Eric every single.
They're never gonna come forward. Was it maybe one of us accidentally clicked on it?
I can't. I just we are so unprofessional in making like this everything that we're doing. Over 150 videos on the channel at this point. We still have no goddamn clue.
Maybe we should just say instead, like, Bone Lake's a great movie. Fight me on this. And then just everybody out of the work comes out. And
could we put that out as a short and see if it actually tops Toxic Avenger?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
1,200. Just 1,200 views. Not too high of a bar to clear.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Our mutual friend, known here as Max Fontaine, will again not be joining tonight. Although we do hope to get him on a future episode. Tonight we are concluding the first half of our Cunnyween Horror Cinema Spectacular with a live watch of Tim Story's The Blackening. More on that in just a moment. But first, good for a gander. Quick shout outs. Buddy, what do you got for us tonight?
We need a jingle for this, by the way. Let's get into the segment.
All right.
Good for a gander. That's a pretty bad one. Don't go with that one.
How about a goose honking 3 times and then just like an eagle?
Oh, right. I like that one.
It's a nuclear detonation content.
And that's more like a crow, but
all right. Let's figure it out in post.
Okay. First one I'm going to kick it off with is, do you remember, I think this was maybe during COVID, I discovered this Facebook group called the 12-Foot Skeleton Group.
The 12-Foot Skeleton Group. Yeah.
Does this ring a bell at all?
It doesn't. That whole period of time was very, very strange. Everybody was making sourdough bread. I probably put together like 12,000 pieces worth of kind of knockoff Chinese Lego kits. Everybody was finding weird ways to pass the time.
I was longboarding.
You were longboarding
behind the elementary school across from where I live. Longboarding with a mask. So I discovered this thing on Facebook because I was really bored. I got really into, like you mentioned, people picked up weird hobbies. For me, it was all about, I've earned enough money at this point in my life. Like, I make enough that I've paid off a lot of my debt, and I can spend it on frivolous things that I really don't need to spend money on. And one of them happened to be animatronics. For Halloween.
Okay.
For Halloween.
You've just become that middle-aged white dad.
I started out, we went to a Spirit Halloween. I saw this giant Reaper that, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. He's huge. He's maybe, I think about 10 feet tall. Mm-hmm. And then you can hook him up to a like fog machine. And then what happens is when kids come over, it sets off a sensor and he just kind of says all this weird nonsense shit and emits a bunch of fog in people's faces, and they cough and scream and run away. It's great. Kids love it.
He's like, ooh, Tylenol causes autism.
Smell my bony fingers. This is your future. It smells sweet.
Bone Lake eventually will become a midnight classic. Really extremely specific.
My brain went straight to the beginning of the first Zelda game where you go down to like the little dungeon right at the beginning. Right. And the old wizard is like, take this with you. It's dangerous out there. Take this with you. And he just hands you just like a rubber dildo.
Right.
Bring this to Bone Lake. Take this with you. Sex toys are gross.
The Triforce of Power is actually just your prostate.
Just slaps me in the face a few times. I just walk out. No sword. So I was addicted to this thing.
All right.
It's a group. Everybody around that time, Home Depot put out something called Skelly, It's called, actually, the full name was Graven Bones Skelly with
Hmm.
LCD eyes, also known as trademarked life eyes, which are just LCD eyes. You just move around when you kind of walk into the lawn. It's kind of senses you, but it's a 12-foot skeleton.
Does do the eyes actually is the motion tracking sophisticated enough that it can sort of clock where a person is actually walking?
I don't think it's that, like, at this point, I don't think it can do that much. I know they've had a lot of updates over the past few years, so maybe it's a lot better at recognizing people are there. I think it's more kind of like sensor activated, where it's like somebody's here and it just kind of comes to life and then looks around.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard there's like all these different. Okay, I discovered this page. I thought it was fantastic. Everybody was like, I love 12-foot skeletons. Tons of pictures of people with their 12-foot skeletons in the front yards, and they're wearing stupid T-shirts that say things like "Go big or go home" or "Size matters." And I was like, "That's."
There's one that just, "Hey there, bone and macaroni."
You know, where they have those like signs in front of people's yards, and it's just like, what is this, like, proud family of a senior, like 2026 or something like that.
Right.
They had ones where it said proud owner of a 12-foot skeleton for life. So I kept going on this page, this group. I joined immediately. I did not want one because I don't know where the hell I'm going to put a 12-foot skeleton.
But yeah, but this, you
$300.
You were looking for like a little community to kind of pick up and like be involved with.
I just thought it was fun, all the way like ways people would dress up their skeletons.
Okay.
So I thought it was bullshit, but it became so popular you could not get them at one point. They sold out in a couple months.
Was during COVID years specifically, these things got really popular?
What's that? How much did they go for?
Kind of during COVID specifically that these things got so popular that you?
Yeah.
Okay, so just one of those. Same thing with kind of like with bread makers and gym equipment. There was a lot of weird runs on a whole bunch of different, just kind of rando consumer products.
Put it this way, for all the different animatronics that Home Depot puts out every year, this is the only one that has its own dedicated Facebook group page.
Right.
They've tried over the years to come up with something better, but the reason I bring this up is because I rediscovered.
Ladies and gentlemen, incidentally, in the pre-record conversation, Eric was like, "Good for a gander. Can we do about like 3 minutes apiece?" Here we are. Like I don't want to rush anything. I'm learning about 12-foot skeletons.
I will tell you in brief what I've learned in the last couple of years, because I have not been following this Facebook group page.
Right.
What I have learned is the 12-foot skeleton, Skelly, now has joined in 2023 a 7-foot Skelly dog.
Okay.
Comes with a leash. So now Skelly has his companion.
Right.
Motivated by how popular the Skelly dog was, last year they released the 5-foot Skelly cat.
Okay.
They didn't call it a Skelly kitten, which I think sounds a little nicer.
It reminds me a bit of kind of a sort of Stinky Cat from Friends.
Cat. Oh, sure.
It also sounds like they're kind of building out like an extended universe a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, it doesn't move. It just sits there. It's immobile, but it's also true to Cat's form, a complete asshole.
Right.
I mean, it looks like it's shitting on the lawn, pretty much. It's just a bad cat.
Right.
But not only that, they then decided everybody is getting multiple skeletons. So to tell the difference between your multiple skeletons, they released something that was called the accessory kit, the weatherproof accessory kit, which, by the way, you cannot buy anymore.
Okay.
This was released last year as well. It's sold out almost immediately. It comes with, listen to this, 1 weatherproof braided black wig, 1 set of black shoes, a beaded necklace, and a purse.
Okay. I was following on the first part, and then I feel
weatherproof braided black wig. That's a solid.
Right.
What else do you got for me? Black shoes? I don't know. That's a little much. Beaded necklace. Okay.
Here.
Purse.
Okay.
Sure.
Little purse.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. You know, he's got joppers. He's got like a little handlebar mustache. You can
You
kind of
can
like
swap out his teeth now. They released a kit too. You can swap out his teeth. He has customizable eyes. So they have different types of eyes. You can do cat's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You can do one that's like, I think like American flags. I really don't know why.
Right.
You know, for those type of people. You know, my family, some of my family. Yeah, they have all different stuff that you can do. But then they also, you can find on Temu or other websites, which I've seen, they have different costumes, or an Etsy that people make for these things.
Okay. So there's a. I'm always excited by this. I'm always fascinated by this. We reviewed Arkham Horror, the card game, just a few months back as part of the podcast, and you go on Etsy and the secondhand artisan upgrades that you can kind of get to pretty much every element of that game. There's an entire universe there for these 12-foot skeletons that you're describing.
Yeah,
I would assume that pool is just vast.
I feel like Etsy is kind of like a dare.
Yeah,
like, you know what? Somebody comes up with an idea like, man, they should really make like a giant pilgrim costume for a 12-foot skeleton, so I can leave my 12-foot skeleton out beyond October. And somebody's like, you know what? I think we could do that. I'm going to take you up on that. And then they charge you probably like the price of a 12-foot skeleton.
Right. Can I say something on Temu, like really quickly though?
You call it Temu? Is it Temu or is it Temu?
I
feel like you're being condescending.
I've never heard it like pronounced out loud.
You just got us canceled by China, so congratulations.
Okay. Well, just get in line, I suppose. The number of comments and letterbox users of America, we see you. We just we see the nastiness you're putting out there. Bone Lake was not a good movie, but the number of letterbox reviews for that film, and I think I probably have read almost all of them at this point, that will describe the actress who played Sage, whose name I do not remember, nor will I bother to look up at the point of this record. But the number of like people who describe the actress who played Sage as generic brand Florence Pugh, Temu brand Florence Pugh, Kirkland brand Florence Pugh, fucking Kmart brand. Kmart isn't even around anymore. No.
Don't say that.
Kmart ass Florence Pugh coming in and not even able to pretend to enjoy sex. What is going on there?
Ugh, I feel like the cheaper it gets, the dirtier it should get.
Right. So this this is kind of a long walk, but so it's your first shout out. Just generically, the 12-foot skeleton marketplace.
I'm just shocked how far it's come. This little 12-foot skeleton that everybody was into, and then nobody gave up on him.
Right.
And now look how far he's come.
It's not the kind of thing people sort of dropped when you could actually go outside and see your friends again. Like
True. They actually have now. You can actually get Jack Frost replacement teeth.
Not Jack Skellington.
No, Jack Frost, like the horror movie Jack Frost.
Okay, and not the Michael Keaton PG Jack Frost, but the heavy R-rated 99 Jack Frost, wherein there's no delicate way to kind of put this. Shannon Elizabeth gets raped by a carrot. That Jack Frost?
Yes.
Or this?
I'm just saying. There's
yeah.
You dare somebody to do something, and there's somebody out there that will take that dare. Give my 12-foot skeleton Jack Frost teeth, and they're like, fucking done. I did it like 2 years ago. You're welcome.
I couldn't find a carrot that big. I had to spray paint a daikon.
Let me leave you this, okay? This is enough 12-foot skeleton for me. I could go all day talking about this.
3 minutes, he said in the pre-meeting.
I'll edit this out later. Don't worry.
For good for a gander.
I'll edit this out.
Okay.
Okay. They did release a Grinch costume for the 12-foot skeleton, and wait for it, and for his 7-foot skelly dog, they released Max's antler.
I kind of love
single
that.
antler.
I kind of love that.
That is dedication.
So they just like, you can put a speaker outside. You just have to have the Boris Karloff narration playing on a loop.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, there's just
your mean one.
There's a lot of things.
Skelly.
Yeah.
I think so many people complained about people leaving their 12-foot skeletons out all year round that they had to justify why they had this giant.
It's kind of one of these things because it's not rotting like a Christmas tree or a pumpkin. It's just there's I'd imagine like these 12-foot skeletons and the accessory kind of dog and cat. That's probably like a fair bit of effort to kind of just inflate and kind of get set up. So just having seasonally appropriate skins. I mean, like there's maybe this is a year-round thing that they can figure out. They can kind of do some shit for like 4th of July. They can have like an Uncle Sam 12-foot skeleton. They can probably figure out something for Arbor Day. Of course it exists.
Keep going. This is where
Good
dreams come true.
Good for Gander. Do you have anything else, or do you want that to be your full segment for?
No, let me do my other two quickly. We're not done yet. I will keep these ones down to a minimum, okay? The first one, I mentioned this already.
I believe you will certainly try.
If you like horror movies, if you like slasher movies, if you're a big fan of slasher movies of the 80s, they just released, like I mentioned to John last week, Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection. They will never release a better version of these movies ever because of whatever licensing bullshit.
Right.
And so this will be it. They had 2 versions of it. They had one, which I just got, which is the basic set. It does go for, I think, about $90 on Amazon, so it's a little pricey.
Okay.
But it does have
those $90 get you all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
It's the full collection. So I believe it's 7 movies.
Uh-huh.
They previously released Freddy vs. Jason in the Friday the 13th collection, which was a couple years back.
The most 2005 movie released in 2005. Date rape jokes, casual racism, and for some reason, Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, just why not throw her in there? What else is she doing at this point?
2005, she must have been a little busy.
Maybe, I don't know. She was on The Voice maybe for a season or 2. Who knows?
Sure.
I don't follow any of that shit. So they did release a steel, what do they call it? Steel box version of it. It's same content, right? Except they just stick it in a giant box that looks like Freddy's sweater.
Okay. Oh,
everybody bought them up day one. All the pre-orders sold out pretty early, so you couldn't even get it after a certain point. That's selling for $500 on eBay. So your best bet, go with the $90 one on Amazon. And they actually did a lot of touch-up work on some of the shading. And the second one, I believe, they tweaked it a bit, so it's a lot darker, darker in terms of theme. And also for the last movie of the original series, they actually for the first time released an optional, what was it? Alternate ending.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people are excited.
Is this something that they had just kind of not put out to the public before?
There was what I heard is, and I was listening to a pod about this the other day for the I forget which one it's called. Maybe Freddy's Dead. It was the last Friday the 13th movie that came out before they rebooted it later on. But there was 4 endings.
Interesting. Okay.
And
so that's the last in the main line, I do believe.
Oh shit! No, I fucked that one up. Sorry. There was multiple endings for that one. Sorry, the one that had 4 endings was the first movie. And the ending they actually chose, which if you watch it, is you think that Nancy, the main character, succeeds in the end by beating Freddy, and her mom's like brings her outside. She's gonna go out to Nancy's gonna go out to her friends show up. They're gonna take her somewhere or whatever. The mom's standing there in the front porch. She goes, "Have a good day, honey." And then all of a sudden, Freddy's hand shoots out of like the window on their front door.
And pulls her,
yeah. And it's like an inflatable doll, like an inflatable sex doll, I believe that they used for it. And it just gets ripped through the window, and you just hear laughter. That was the one they went with when they had like 4 endings.
I remember it.
You can't end it on a happy ending. You cannot do it. So Wes Craven's like, okay, I'll give you a few options. And then they pick the one where it's like Freddy is going to potentially come back again many, many times.
Interesting. I'll just kind of shout out about Freddy versus Jason quickly, because this memory just kind of came back to me. At what point Freddy is chasing these two girls? It's Kelly Rowland and like this other random white girl, and like the girls sort of split. They go kind of one goes running in one direction, and Kelly goes running in the other. Yeah. And Freddy, and I'm not making any of this up, watching the white girl run away, watching Kelly Rowland run away, and then he just goes, dark meat.
I remember that.
And then Head PE starts jamming out, and I'm just kind of watching this, and I'm just going like 2005 was a fucked up year for a lot of reasons.
Oh man. Ugh. And then you hear they cue it in like the ending credits, like, I'm a survivor, I'm a believer, I'm a survivor.
Kelly Rowland, she's been really like she was in the movie kind of really randomly, and she's been constantly asked about that ever since then, particularly because of that line. And her answer has always been, fucking, I love horror movies, I love Freddy. That was a fun movie to do. Leave me alone.
Cool. Wow.
Your last Good for the Gander. What do you got?
Last one. Let's make this quick. Did you ever watch the David S. Pumpkins holiday special intended for kids?
Did not. I know that there was a after the initial sketch. I know that there was a like a children's special, and I know that there was a attempt to do David S. Pumpkins again, but the Beck Bennett role, which everybody in that sketch has just Swiss watch timing in like the one, and you can't replace Beck, you can't replace Kate, you can't replace Hanks or Leslie or Mikey Day or Moynihan or like any like those people. And it was just consummate, just consummate sketch performers, just working at like the top level. I guess for the second one they did, it was some country music singer or some like other fucking thing, and he was playing the Beck Bennett role, and apparently he like stunk up like the entire job.
Oh yeah. I know the special guest. I forget his name. He's not a country singer, but he's just like a white rapper.
Okay.
And his acting is piss poor. It wasn't great.
Some guy who was not. It was not like a Bruno Mars. Say again?
They swear in it too.
Oh really?
Which I was shocked, because it's like for the first one, it's easily kids could watch that, and I think that's kind of why they came up with this holiday special.
Your youngest son, to best my memory, watched that like 500, 600 times.
Yeah. It's like the dad's probably showing their kids like, oh, it's just so funny and weird and awkward and not scary, and the kids are like, oh, I love him. He's silly and kind of goofy, and he has his posse of clown dancers, bebop skeletons.
Beatbox skeletons. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So the David S. Pumpkins children's holiday special.
It was on Hulu when SNL was on Hulu. They had it for that one year that they put it out, and then it disappeared, and you couldn't find it ever again. I found it on Amazon Prime. I bought it 3 years back, and it's been like a ritual. Like every year we have to watch the David S. Pumpkins holiday special. This year I went on, it was not there.
Really?
And it's so good because Tom Hanks reprises his role as David S. Pumpkins. You got Mikey Day and Bobby Moynihan. They actually do multiple voices on the special, as well as a bunch of other people that were in part of the cast at the time.
Right.
But the main narrator is voiced by Peter Dinklage.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And he does a great job. He's very funny.
Right.
But it's a very charming holiday special, and it's really accessible for kids. I mean, it's about kids that what happens is it's Halloween. There's these this ghost. There's like this urban myth about some guy called Raincoat Man that goes around and hates kids, and then he hates Halloween, and then he got killed on Halloween being struck by lightning. And now he kind of haunts kids on Halloween. And there's 3 troublemakers that decide they're going to dress up as Raincoat Man, steal everybody's candy. So this boy and his sister discover this rotten pumpkin that when they try to go pick it up, David S. Pumpkins arrives with his 2 beatbox skeletons to save the day.
Right.
It's great. It's great. But they actually removed it, I guess, with the Paramount Plus.
Okay, when they just
deal.
like they think that
Yeah.
the rights of these things being shifted around and being so completely bizarre, and the South Park, I could not tell you in like the last 10 years where you could actually sort of consistently watch it, like any of the new episodes.
Yeah. So what I did is I scoured the internet. I'm like, I have to watch it because it's not on my Prime account anymore. It's gone, even though I paid for it.
No shit.
And I went through a Reddit rabbit hole, and I found somebody saying it's not fair. I had paid money for it. I love it. It's just really charming, and I watch with my kids every year. What
this
can I
is
do?
The thing. Some sections of the culture have been saying for like a really long time, like if you don't own a thing, you really don't own a thing.
So what this guy gets, finally gets a response a couple months after he put this post in, and somebody says, "Look, I was anticipating this happen the moment they put this out, and they removed it from Hulu. So I downloaded it, and you're welcome. Here you go. Here's the link."
Oh, nice.
So I downloaded it myself. It's on my phone, and we watched it.
And how was it?
It's so good. It's so good.
Nice.
Tons of one-liners. It's great. Tom Hanks, he's a gem.
Yo ho ho is always, just like,
it's also on Paramount Plus now, which nobody's any aware of. So if you pay for that, then you've got that.
Right. If you want to see South Park being really, really topical, I'm not even reading the actual news right now. Like, I don't need to.
That's your news.
Yeah.
There's an episode on 6-7.
Yeah.
So
I saw a headline by that. I literally earlier today had the Google AI explain to me what 6-7 actually is, which is basically nothing. It's just nonsense that kids say that is it's the like, correct me if I'm wrong here, isn't like the premise of the joke people are confused about what 6-7 actually is, and that's the whole thing about it.
It started where somebody thought they could create something through TikTok and then get enough people to say that they could make something out of nothing. Like they want to make a meme pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
Like, let's just create it by one kid keeps saying it enough and telling his friends to say it and his classmates to say it and everybody to say it that he's friends with on TikTok.
All right.
Until it gets to the point. And that's why then there was a counter to 6-7, which was, I don't remember and I don't care. Right. Like 21 or something stupid like that. So
that's going to be the actual Sutter Kane Mouth of Madness thing that's going to take down.
Here's the thing. I heard 6-7's on its way out because apparently the kid that does 6-7 or created the 6-7 meme, people recognize him now. They know who he is. So it actually worked out. It worked out for him. But the thing is he was at some event somewhere, and then he's just like, and somebody's like, "You're the 6-7 kid," and he's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, hey, there's a 6-7 guy," and he's going, "Hey, 6-7, 6-7," and somebody was recording him. I guess what happened is some guy thought it was funny to punch the 6-7 kid in the face. Somebody just walked up and just like punched him right across the face, and it was all recorded. So they're like, "I guess 6-7's done."
Kind of like there's the bit of an analog here to how like the Drake Kendrick feud actually just kind of finished up.
Yeah.
Any kind of case, let me do my good for Gander kind of super quick. The first thing I wanted to shout out was an omission we had from the conversation a couple days ago. I was slightly wrong about what we talked about being John Carpenter's The Apocalypse trilogy. Where I said that it was 3 movies. First is The Thing, which examines how does the world fall apart because of aliens. Then it was In the Mouth of Madness, how does the world fall apart because of extra-dimensional Cthulhu monsters. And finally, the third one in like the trilogy, Carpenter's film Prince of Darkness, how does the world kind of fall apart because of Satan. One correction and one addendum. I want that kind of Prince of Darkness. It is actually the second of the 3 movies, not the third. Came out in '87 between The Thing, which I want to say was either 80 or 82, and Mouth of Madness, which was like 94. I also want to say on top of that, which I did not have the chance to kind of just really kind of hammer in our conversation over the weekend. Prince of Darkness, phenomenal movie. Really? Also extremely good. Super entertaining, very, very underrated as part of like, yeah, 87 was kind of about part where Carpenter was kind of starting to kind of like fall off like a little bit. The premise of this film is like, what if there was a church in a shitty part of LA where they were keeping the devil in a jar in the basement, right? That's the starting point. And then from there, they're like, okay, and what if after they figured out, oh, the devil's in a jar in the basement, what if they sent a couple college professors in and a shitload of very disinterested grad students? And then after that, what if the devil tried calling up a bunch of homeless people to be his army to set them free from the jar in the basement, including actual hobo actually played by Alice Cooper.
Whoa!
This movie is dope as hell. It's not quite the. I mean, like I'm In the Mouth of Madness is a true. Why haven't I not known about this entire life? This this isn't kind of quite at that level, but if the thing is 100, Mouth of Madness is a 90. Like this one is a very kind of solid like 86, 87, I would say. It's unique. It does that great Carpenter thing where you get in and nothing even remotely resembles the million other horror movies that you've seen before. It's immediately interesting. It's immediately distinctive. I kind of want to shout out that one real quick as another, particularly since you enjoyed In the Mouth of Madness so much. It's another highly underrated Carpenter one. Everybody should put them on their list.
I am so behind on Carpenter, and I really shouldn't be. I'm gonna have to like plan a Carpenter viewing party or something like that, and just check out a bunch of the films. I listened to a pod about Carpenter the other day, just because I was thinking about what we talked about with Mouth of Madness. And I'm like, shit, there are a bunch of these gems that exist that
hidden in plain sight, in kind of a way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's also having that like infinite queue where there's just so many movies to see. That you finally get around to stuff.
So much current and so much in just kind of like the backstock of these things, but that particular, I recommend. Second for me, I wanted to kind of briefly shout out my favorite board game podcast, the Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast. A thing I've been listening to religiously for it's been just years and years and years at this point. It is consistently like the best, most informative and most entertaining gaming podcast out of everything that is out there. Largely because it's a podcast made by a bunch of middle-aged guys who are very passionate about kind of like the hot gaming space, but they also all sound like they have real lives and shower and like everything else.
That must be nice.
Legitimately, it's consistent, smart, funny, entertaining. I completely lost count like the number of like interesting sort of board games I've sort of kind of like discovered by this. I want to shout them out, especially because their Halloween episodes are always uniformly excellent. They always do like a they kind of do skits and whatever else, but they always end up covering like a really good run of really interesting kind of horror themed board games every year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
that's cool.
This particular one, just kind of look at my phone real quick. They do kind of capsule reviews of Mansions of Madness, Story of Wild Woods, The Stifling Dark, Nyctophobia, a really interesting a game that most of the people sitting around like the table actually have to play blindfolded. And then they do a feature review of Betrayal at House on the Hill, which they simultaneously call one of the most fun games ever and one of the biggest piece of shit games ever, which I think is kind of commensurate with your experience of what you've told me from what you've like messing with that game in the past.
Have you? There's one game too. I always wanted to play, but it's called Horrified.
Sure, there's been a bunch of
versions of it now.
Yes. The premise of Horrified, I think the original one was you play as human beings that are trying to, in the original one, take down a bunch of basically the universal monsters. You're trying to take down a Dracula and a werewolf and a creature from the Black Lagoon and a mummy. But the premise of the game is each of these monsters that you're kind of running around this town, the monsters are trying to kill off the villagers. You're trying to defeat like the monsters, and every monster has a different little mini game. that you actually have to do to defeat them.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played any of these at all?
I have not. No,
Okay.
I haven't. I saw recently, and maybe it's not new, but they had a Dungeons and Dragons one even.
There's been 4 at this point. The original horrified, I think, is considered the best of the bunch. They made a American cryptid version of the game, and they made a Greek gods and monsters themed version of the game.
I saw that one too. Yeah.
They're not quite as well regarded as like the original, but they just I guess came out with a Dungeons and Dragons themed horrified that actually got very, very good reviews. Like the different monsters, it's stuff like kind of classic old school D&D. Like there's a Turesk and a Beholder and a Goblin and a Golem and it's Displacer Beast and like all the rest of these things. So something to definitely kind of check out at that point. Final shout out for me, I have kind of 2 kind of half recommendations. One, I want to say that because we've been busy with the pod, because we're coming up on just like a ton of different I'm kind of just watching sort of so many movies these days for the show and kind of outside of it. I don't have really like a ton of time for like television anymore.
Yeah,
I want to shout out like the best horror TV that I saw this year was easily Alien Earth. Noah Hawley created, released on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Really strong at the start and in the middle. Had kind of a weak kind of wind down, but I think like some fault of that was, is the premise of the show. They're going to have like a 2nd or 3rd season, so everything that was kind of built up and established, they weren't really to kind of able to pay off in the season of television. However, like the stuff in Alien Earth that's really good, particularly as guys that have been watching, the original Alien came out, kind of close to 50 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
The fact that these guys were able to come up with new aliens, new ideas, new kind of premises for like these stories, and do it really well, really effectively, and adapt it to a television show, really is kind of something. So I kind of want to give my half recommend for that. And then I wanted to add on that, my little brother strongly recommended to me a horror-themed animated show on Netflix called The Haunted Hotel. Have you heard of this thing? Okay. It's got some kind of laugh for him.
Oh my god.
What do you got?
Oh
What's
my
up?
god.
What's up?
Okay. The Haunted. Okay. Hold on a sec. I just got to make sure that I'm thinking the same thing. If it's
an animated show done by some of the Rick and Morty people. It's Will.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something different. There's something called Haunted House, which is on Amazon Prime. And the reason I laugh is because I've been trying to show somebody this to make sure that it's a real thing. But it's a like an old cartoon, but it's like a spinoff of what's that Pokemon ripoff they had for a while.
I mean, there was Digimon, there's Yu-Gi-Oh, there was
no, fuck, what was it? Yokai Watch.
Oh yeah, that kind of came and went. I remember you had a Yokai Watch version of the board game. Sorry.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. You go around and or it was life. It was the game of life, and you got to go around.
Okay.
Parts of the city and collect the yokai, and then you pull them into your roster, and then you can use them to defeat life. I guess I don't know.
Right.
The reason I bring it up is there's this knockoff cartoon that's on Amazon Prime, Haunted House. It was either a Japanese anime or Korean anime that got translated into English, but the dubbing, you hover over it and it gives you a preview, right?
Oh.
And the preview is this. It's like there's a group of kids in the dark in like I think like a hospital where they lost electricity, and they're talking to this woman, and I was half paying attention, and literally the kids say, "All right, so where's Janet?" And they're like, the nurse goes, "Look, you need to be sensitive about Janet. She's trans, okay? She's still transitioning into her new like space, so we got to give her time, and we don't want to like approach her too quickly." No. And then it clicks to this kid that's 8 years old, and he goes, "Is that what you call a lesbian?" And then they're like, "No, silly, that's not a lesbian." And I'm like, what fucked up world am I in where this exists? I don't want to watch it. This
Okay.
trailer was enough for me. Like this one, like 4 or 5 second clip.
Uh-huh.
But the worst thing is,
Are there also ghosts?
yeah, there's spooky ghosts. Ooh. I remember my son when he was. This is Caleb when he was 8 years old.
Right.
Watching a cartoon called Haunted House. And then I was like, this explains so much. I said, what does he want for his birthday this year? And he's just like, I want to try something new. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, this has been a journey.
I killed those
The
aspirations.
Haunted Hotel on Netflix. Will Forte doing the lead voice. Eliza Coupe, Skylar Cassando, who was like the Jimmy Olsen, Metropolis's most fuckable bachelor on like the new Superman movie.
Yeah.
I watched it like a little bit like earlier today. Really, really funny so far. Great voice cast,
cool.
kind of great premise.
I just took a look at it now. I do remember seeing this advertised. It does look pretty good.
I had not heard of it prior to my brother telling me. It's all stuff that I like. It's exactly my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
I have not had the time to kind of. I had not heard of it, and it's probably going to take me like a year and a half to kind of watch like the entire.
You know what? Trick or treat yourself.
Trick or treat yourself. Sweet. Let's talk about our live watch movie tonight. This is going to be The Blackening. This is a 2022 American horror comedy, to take in the summary directly from Wikipedia. Directed by Tim Story of Barbershop and Ride Along fame. Written by Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins, based on a 2018 short film of the same name by Chicago comedy troupe Threepeat. It stars Dwayne Perkins, Grace Byers, Tremaine Fowler, Melvin Gregg, an individual who's just called Ex Mayo. Figure out what that is when we watch the movie. Antoinette Robertson, Sinequa Walls, Jay Farrow, and Yvonne Orji. The film, set on Juneteenth, follows a group of black friends targeted by a mass killer while staying at a cabin in the woods. We were both interested in this movie. Neither of us kind of really knew anything about it other than the fact that these friends staying in the cabin find a super racist board game in the basement, and I guess that kind of kicks everything off.
I was gonna say you had me at Juneteenth and board game.
So we're going to pause the court. We are going to spin this movie up, and then we'll be back in like a little bit with our thoughts on The Blackening.